In this video, I'm walking you through one of the newest floor plans offered in Leander, Texas that has nothing but tall ceilings and windows everywhere. Stick around for a great walkthrough. We are walking through the Harrison plan offered by GFO Homes. This home is over 3,600 square feet, has 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms. And when I said tall ceilings, it wasn't just in that main living area, which we're gonna get right out to as soon as we walk in through this front door. It's also right here in the foyer where they have a curved staircase open to the second story where I was standing. And we're gonna tour this home in full detail, and I'm gonna showcase what GFO can do at this square footage. I'm gonna talk quite a bit about the people that are moving here, their stories, and what they see in these homes that are in this fast-growing suburb in Austin, Texas. As I come back to the main living area, one of those main reasons people are moving here is because the homes are so open concept, and the communities that are here that really capture the beauty of Austin, Texas. Now, I think you've already seen open concept, tall ceilings everywhere, lots of windows, very modern. But take a look at the beauty that's here. Now, this specific home that is for sale does have a home that will be behind it. So I don't want you to think that view is always gonna be here, but just capture the aesthetics of the home, the different design upgrades, and how this plan feels. Now, we are gonna start here in the kitchen, and I'm gonna cover as many of the design upgrades that I'm seeing here. And then if you need anything or have any questions, reach out to me. My name is Raj Sahu. I'm a realtor in the Austin, Texas area. Now, starting off with the kitchen, I like the movement that's here in the kitchen island. I like how they did white white cabinets, and then a gray backsplash that feels very light, very neutral colors in this home. We have a 5-burner gas stove top, and then they elected to do an under cabinet vent hood. Now, if you're more interested in building from scratch, I can show you this exact floor plan as a model home. If you're coming from that model home tour, you've already seen it, then I'm sure you can see if you build these homes from scratch, there are lots of options that you can do there. In fact, I had a client just close just over 4,700 square feet with GFO Homes, and they did a backsplash that ran very high up in their kitchen, and that was really the focal point of their home. Now, here we have a single basin sink off of that kitchen island. We have nothing but tall ceilings, sliding glass doors, windows everywhere off of that back wall. But let me show you the pantry that's over here, and then we'll cover the rest of this floor plan. Now, for this pantry, this is what we typically see at a home that's near completion. There's leftover paint always. I want to show you that this door, I guess I can't show it to you because I don't want to move all that stuff out of the way, but the pantry does go all the way to that right side. I actually find pantry size is a sticking point for a lot of home buyers, and that's why I like to cover that in detail. But I also like to cover the main living area, because home buyers that move to this area tell me after a long day of work, they spend a lot of time right here in the main living area. And being in an open concept home is important to them because they want to feel like they have a lot of space. And I think you feel that quite a bit when you enter this main living area, simply because you have tile rolling all the way up to the ceiling above that fireplace. You have these sliding glass doors that make it feel like you're open to that patio. And then you also have a dining area right off of the kitchen. And this dining area feels much larger with windows all around it. And again, if you're having a tough time visualizing the space, maybe you haven't seen the model home tour of this home, I will link it in the description below. If I forget to do that, just somebody post a comment and I will get that model home walkthrough in there in the description. Okay, at this patio, what I like to see with inventory homes is that gas stub out. I think for a lot of home buyers, especially moving to Texas, imagine themselves grilling a lot, cooking in their backyard, and spending quite a bit of time back here. Now, one thing that you're not seeing as soon as we get out of the sliding glass doors is this. The pitch in the ceiling makes a massive difference. And I love those beams running across here. It really adds to that exterior aesthetic. And this feels like a fantastic outdoor area. Now for this specific home, because we do have topography and we are going downhill, we do have, as you can see here, as I bend down to show you, that we're on a slope, and that does happen with some of these homes. The advantage is we will be a little bit perched higher than the neighbors, but I don't think as much as you would want to be with that amount of slope. So I think that is a factor. Not huge. I don't think it's horrible, but it definitely is a factor. And these are the types of details I try to walk through clients, especially when they're moving here from out of state, is, definitely we need to check the slope of the yard in a lot of cases. Let me know what you think about that. Some people, they really want usable yard space, and that being flat is really important to them. In fact, I had a client who picked their yard because they really want their two daughters to be able to enjoy that space back there and kind of run around freely. At the same time, some people could care less about that slope. Sometimes it's more the view more than anything else, but obviously there's a lot of personal preference with that. Heading into the primary bedroom, and while we cover this, I will talk about the community that we're in, which is called Bluffview Reserve. I'll talk to you about my experience too, working with GFO Homes. I've represented clients with 20 different builders, and so I can give you a little bit more insight on that. Focusing in on Bluffview Reserve, as you can see here, there is a hillside at the southern end of this community, so it has a great deal of beauty, and we're right off of Ronald Reagan Boulevard. If you take Ronald Reagan Boulevard south, that will go all the way to where Apple's second campus is being built. It's the same road, they just call it a different name as it gets further south. It's called Palmer Lane, but it's the same road as Ronald Reagan Boulevard. And that's why there's a lot of growth here. It's Apple, there's two children's hospitals that are being built, one that just finished in early 2024, and another one that's going to be finished in about a month in spring of 2024. And there's that growth of employment, and then lots of development is attracting a lot of people to Leander, Texas. This is a big reason why as well. Take a look at the homes that are here. This bathroom feels so luxurious with tile. I mean, this is an inventory home, not a model home. This is for sale at just under $859. By the way, if you're worried about privacy, easy to put a film on there, but the space is what I think matters most, because you probably don't want to renovate and recreate this space, right? So vanities on either side, freestanding tub down the middle to add a very cool focal point and design element in your primary bathroom, and then a massive walk-in shower. So big, you do not even need a doorway here. And what I like about this walk-in shower is two things. The space, obviously, with the mud set shower tile, and then tile all the way around, going all the way up to the ceiling. So I like the space, but I like the design. That's a very cool contrast. Just putting a lighter tile, matching it up with the tub backsplash that you see here, making that a design element that goes all the way up to the ceiling. And then that contrast is right here again with the floor tile. Fantastic. And then those veins get pulled out from that mud set shower floor tile, which is fantastic. So really cool design element. I think you can start to feel the luxury that's here with GFO. And I think that will continue throughout the home. So we're gonna head over to this primary closet. I'll show you this, and then I will come back to this area. This door that you're seeing here actually goes right to the utility room. So if you're somebody who is taking your laundry throughout the home and you think that is very annoying, you'll like that door. That goes right to the laundry, so you don't have to take your dirty laundry or clean laundry throughout your house. You can just go right from your closet to that door. All right, we are gonna keep going here, and we still have, again, 4 other bedrooms. We have a study, we have a media room upstairs. This home not only feels open concept, like take a look at this. As soon as you enter this main living area, it feels like almost like a a gymnasium in here. It's incredible. Like you could put 2 basketball hoops and start a court here. At least that's where my mind goes when I think of this home, but it still has a lot of room. So even though it's open concept, we have 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bath, a study, a media room, a game room upstairs, and 2 of those bedrooms are downstairs. So I'm gonna get to that in a second, but I do wanna show you this area. And I'll circle back to it right away because we just went from the primary closet that was there to the utility room. So this is the area where the washer and dryer would go. That gets you quick access from your primary closet. And then on this side, we also have the powder bathroom. And right behind me is access to a garage. Now, for the garage areas, for a lot of these plans, they come standard as a 2-car garage. Keep in mind, standards can change over time, so definitely double check everything I'm saying in this video before with a builder agent or a realtor who can help guide you through the process, obviously before making a buying decision. But in this community, as of right now, there aren't any lots where you can do a 3rd-car garage bay on some of these plans, like the Harrison plan or some of the higher square footage plans like Roosevelt or Kennedy plans. Even though that is a slight disadvantage, the pricing, I think, is reflective of some of those disadvantages you might get in another neighborhood. For example, this home is listed at just under $859,000. Now I want to correct something. We don't actually have, I would call like a formal study with double doors, but you see the framework that's here. I don't think it would be very difficult to put doors in. They just would be very tall, or you could frame something out and then build doors around it if you really wanted to enclose that space. But in terms of pricing, it's hard for me to give you a very it's hard for me to give you a summary of how pricing works at this square footage without going into quite a bit of detail. Because as with anything, it's not just easy to say that's a good price, that's a bad price, here's why. You have to compare the different details that are in these homes and what other builders are offering. So if you need help with that, reach out to me. Again, I'm unbiased, where I don't work for any of these builders. I just represent clients, and I tell them my unbiased perspective after representing clients with 20 different builders. What I always tell clients, though, generally speaking, is this 2nd bedroom with an in-suite full bathroom, or at least a bathroom close by, is very important, especially now. I can't tell you how many times buyers tell me I have to have this, and I won't look at anything else if it doesn't have this. Now, before we head upstairs, I do want to take a look at this closet. And upstairs, again, is going to have a very large game room and media room. Now, if you're looking for higher square footage plans, I have a client who actually just toured this plan and had just had one close on this plan as well. And that's the Kennedy plan, where with upgrades, it can be anywhere from 4,200 to 4,700 square feet. So if you like upgrades like that, or more square footage with the idea of building from scratch, there are lots available at the time I'm posting this video in this community that you can build this plan, the Kennedy plan, or there are other plans with GFO that feel like this, with lots of windows and nothing but tall ceilings. And you can do that on a greenbelt. So I mentioned this specific home does have neighbors that will be behind it, but just imagine this backing up to a greenbelt and a little bit of a view. There's actually one lot I just toured before driving up here that had a really good view. And this is what I try to get people to imagine. That's why I walk so many of these homes too. It's tough to imagine when you're on a piece of dirt and you're just looking at some trees. But when you walk to a home like this, or you walk at stage and you look out the transit windows and you see greenery like that, you see a view, I think it's much easier to imagine what this would feel like on a greenbelt lot. And that's why I find so many buyers are moving to this area. It starts maybe with jobs, the possibility of moving. I have a lot of clients that are in tech, a lot of software engineers, a lot of people in IT, and they tell me, yes, their job and seeing people move or hearing about it's attractive, but it's the beauty that really gets them in here. So they walk The beauty, and then finally the space. So let me talk about the space for a second while we're here. Take a look at this game room space. Definitely difficult to imagine if you're, just looking at an empty room, but you got windows across the side. You have an area there that I don't think you need this as much as a TV area. I mean, you could definitely put a TV on the corner here and then furniture around where the windows are and behind me, but you may not need a TV for that area because here you have a media room. This is a true media room with no windows in it. So you can make this into a theater room, which is exactly how they have it wired. So you see all those circular caps with no lights on the ceiling? Those are usually for speakers. You see some wiring down there on the wall. That's usually to wire up for a subwoofer. I didn't check the exact upgrades, but I walked enough of these homes to know that's usually the case. But again, always double check. Looks like there's wiring there for a cable as well as a separate outlet. And everything is ready to go in here to really make this a theater room experience, or just put a TV in here. And it's a nice enclosed space for your TV that's private from the other main areas. So space is going to be one, and then going back to number two, the beauty that's here. The beauty is definitely here along the northwest corridor where we have hills, we have topography, we have a lot of great greenery, and you see that throughout Austin. And that's why I think so many people look at Austin as a place that they aspire to be in. While we go through these 3 bedrooms, I'll keep going by saying I've had clients just walk a home as a model home, and then I'll take them to a lot that has a beautiful view, and they just say, I have to have this. I just had a client last weekend that toured some homes, and they did back up to neighbors, so they weren't that excited. They were definitely beautiful homes that they saw already built out. Those were inventory homes with builders, which I can explain in a second. But backing up to neighbors or being a little bit close just did not fit what they were looking for. I did talk to them about putting trees in your backyard. There are things you can do aftermarket to get you some privacy, as long as it abides by the HOA, of course. And they said, you know what? We don't want to compromise on that. We want to back up to a green belt and a view. And that's when I said, okay, I know exactly what to go to. And we toured a home over 4,900 square feet that backed up to some greenery. And that's something I think they're going to go for. And that's always exciting to see people's eyes light up when they see a lot and a home that makes sense for them. Or for a lot of my clients, it's not seeing a home that they're about to buy. It's about seeing a home that they're looking to build, that type of home. And when they see the lot, it's usually difficult to imagine living there, but when I see their eyes walking that home, then I know, when I see their eyes light up, that this is a great option. Now, some people also say this is a good option that we're in right now. So having multiple bedrooms that people can use with multiple bathrooms upstairs is important for people, especially if they're planning on having guests. That's exactly what you can do here. So I went through 1 bedroom. I went through the Jack and Jill full bathroom that's in between both of these bedrooms, and then you saw a bathtub and a commode opposite side of those 2 sinks that are there. Okay, so those are the 3 bedrooms that are upstairs here, and then I missed the bathroom that is located off the hallway. So if you have somebody who is a guest, maybe upstairs in a game room, they'll have to go through one of the bedrooms to get to a bathroom. They have this one right here. And the details I find of these plans is what's really important. So if you're looking to build from scratch, sometimes it can be overwhelming looking through all the different options that builders provide, or inventory homes compared to building from scratch. And that's exactly what I describe to people. So if you're puzzled as to what that is, basically an inventory home is something that the builder has already started to build, and they have obviously already chosen the upgrades. And on some of those inventory homes, sometimes you can get lucky and find what you're looking for. And if you do, sometimes you can get better pricing from the builder simply because it's a home already under construction, kind of like this. that's at this stage without a buyer. And those are the opportunities that I wouldn't look past. Like I said, I just had a client last weekend where we found something that looks really good to them. And I told them, well, we can save the time and the hassle of renting and moving a couple times to build from scratch. But sometimes building from scratch makes a lot of sense. And it just really depends on your criteria. So if you're trying to figure that out, reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you out. My number's at the bottom of the description of this video. And then if you want to see more homes for sale, you're seeing this on YouTube. I post the videos of these homes that are for sale first on my website, and then eventually I do make them public on YouTube for everybody to access. So if you want the most up-to-date exclusive homes for sale, click on my website at the top of the description of this video. And then finally, if you want to see another home with GFO, go ahead and click right here. And as always, I hope this helps. Take care, everyone.